Hello, hi. My name is Karen Devro and welcome to the very first episode of Conversations with Karen. Now, if you're new here and you don't know, you might be asking yourself, but Karen, why YouTube? Why now? What's going on? Well, firstly, this account was started in 2014. I've been trying to do this YouTube thing, right? And you can even go down on my profile. My very first video was an intern call. We still need to discuss, we'll circle back to it, why entrepreneurs want us to put ourselves onto the internet to interview for employment. But I digress, which I do a lot, by the way. Buckle up. I'm going to take you where my mind goes. So why now? Well, I'm about to turn 40. And if the rumors are true, I've heard apparently it's about to be the best decade. And coming out of my 30s, I had a very, very, very blessed 30s. So I came from my 20s, early 30s, I got divorced, right? First marriage under my belt. And I could never have anticipated just the level of growth and just being in a stable relationship where y'all both were very, very different, but y'all grew together. We came from very different backgrounds. Becky was Swati Zulu. I am Zulu colored. And we managed to make it work. That was, dare I say, my glory days. Then we fast forward to 37. The latter part of my 30s were definitely something to be reckoned with. I could never have anticipated the absolute storm that I was going to go through. But within all of that, I found a growth and a sense of self. And because of that, I am now ready to not only share myself properly with the world, but Conversations with Karen is meant for us to engage. I don't have the answers. As now getting into my 40s, I know more than ever before that let me not say that, let me speak for myself, that I do not know really what I am doing. I've just figured out who I am. For 4 decades on earth, and I've just figured out who I am. How much more for people that have got heavier responsibilities, that have lived long, responsible lives. And you're gonna find I emphasize things like responsibility a lot because I'm very proudly child-free, and that is just a choice that I made, I think, as early as my teen years, 17, 18, 19, I knew that that may not be a path for me. I always felt that I wanted better for myself. If you know me, you might be like, oh, Karen, where's the better? You didn't have the kids, where's the better? We're working on the better. We continue to work on the better, always. But I understand that there are people that are my age that have very, very, very different experiences and responsibilities. You guys have bonds. You guys are trying to build careers. Some people had their babies early. Now baby is finally turning into a teenager, going to university. Yeah, my age mates, guys. So guys, we've got children in university. I just wanted to create a space where we can come together and just share these thoughts. I'm not an expert in any way, shape, or form. The only thing I know that I'm an expert in is me. And I barely qualify to speak on me. You know what I mean? So I just want to create a space for us to speak about life, the trials, the tribulations, but also the good stuff, guys. We stay focusing on our stories of how these very difficult moments, these traumatic moments, allowed us to transition into apparently a better version of ourselves. I am tired of the narrative, very personally, and I'm not trying to exclude anyone from the channel. I think I want everyone to feel included, but at the end of the day, my message can only reach who my message is supposed to reach. And I just feel I'm so tired of Black women having to go through trauma in order to be loved. Black women having to work 100 times harder, having to prove themselves over and over again. When they speak up, they've been told to pipe down, they're problematic, they're loud, they're aggressive. I want to create a space where we can be who we are, where we can speak and be heard. It's so important to feel heard, and I think that's why a lot of people think that I am as loud as I am, because, oh, I want to be seen, I want to be heard. No. My voice just projects that way. I'm very fortunate to have the kind of voice and the kind of demeanor that allows me to speak to people quite casually. A lot of this is very unscripted. Dangerous game. Obviously, I don't want to waste anybody's time when you are here. There's a lot of planning that goes into deciding what we're going to put on here. But I want to create a space of softness. We are fighters, yes. One thing about me, I am an Aries to my core. I will fight. And I am learning to fight for myself. Guys, that is one of the most amazing, most liberating feelings on earth. But not everybody's designed that way. So this is also a space where we're going to acknowledge that. We want to talk about career. Let's discuss career. Corporate baddies, we are up. And we need to talk about how hard that space can be to navigate. Because everybody's just trying to earn a living and feed their families. Everybody's just trying to get their bills paid. And some of us are trying to make our dreams come true. But I want this space to be where we can discuss relationships of all kinds. The platonic ones, the romantic ones, the familial ones. Family is a bit of a hard one for me. I'm apparently going to be sending people from my TikTok over here. I laugh when I'm nervous, which is better because I'm a crier. I am definitely a crier. So I just want a space where we can be. Now, fortunately, I am gainfully employed. Gainfully is a operative word. I am employed, which means I am able to live on my own. For the first time, proper. Okay, let's try that again. For the first time, properly, like proper. You see the code switch? We can discuss that, corporate gullies. Where I am finally living by myself, which means I no longer have to accommodate other people. So let me tell you a little something about Karen Diane. I don't have a double barrel name. I just love my middle name. Karen Diane is an empath. Dare I say, a super empath. And that means that I will go out of my way, even if it's to my own inconvenience or my own detriment, to help another person. And kindness is a good thing, and walking around being the kind of person that engages in community, which means helping other people, is amazing. The problem with super empaths is that we do it to our own inconvenience, and then when people don't reciprocate that level of sacrifice or that level of kindness, then we go lick our wounds in the corner, and then it's boo-hoo-hoo. People don't do for me what I do for them. Sometimes people didn't even ask. Let me tell you something about the super empath. You won't even have to ask. I will sense. And then I'll say, how do I fix? We are learning that I'm not here to fix. Also, we are not problem solvers. We women need to stop putting ourselves in this position where we think that we are here to bear the world's problems. But we'll discuss back to being a super empath. So because of that, I have always accommodated. The door has always been open. Wallet open, fridge open, heart open. And it has burnt me. Hey! It had burnt me. And now I'm finally in a space where I no longer have to accommodate people. If today I feel I want to make a toasted sandwich, that's all I'm going to eat. If I want to put all the lights off, if I feel as if I'm going to play music as loud as I want to, if I feel I'm going to wake up and decide that I'm going to have to record, if I feel I want to shower in the middle of the night, if I feel I want to wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning and make ramen, I'm able to do so. And I work very hard to make sure that I'm able to maintain this space and keep this space. Hi guys, we work hard, but people say my mouth is a problem. I don't think the mouth is a problem. I think the inability to receive people's feelings about things. Says the person with the smallest heart. Anyway, we made it to 10 minutes. That was the goal. So, welcome to Conversations with Corin. Please subscribe, like, leave some comments below. Let's engage. What do you want to see more of? I'd love to get some of my favorite people on here. We'll work it out. I don't know how to edit. I've got editing software. Don't know how to edit. But I've got a phone, a stand, and a dream. Thank you for watching. I look forward to spending more time with you guys, and I will see you soon.